Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer news. We start with Marcelo Brozovic, as it have been reported that Barcelona cannot make an offer for the key target right now if no player is sold by June 30. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, in this episode, talking about Nico Gonzalez, as it has been reported that Real Betis have made a formal loan offer for the 21-year-old Barcelona young star. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, endeavor to hit the subscribe button, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. A recent update regarding Marcelo Brozovic's future has emerged, claiming that the Croatia international will, in fact, join Barcelona if Barca make a formal offer to Inter Milan this summer. The player, who also has a lucrative offer from Saudi Arabia side Al Nassr, is said to be very much interested in joining Xavi's prospect or project, and for that, he will be willing to wait for a few more days. However, as per journalist Javi Miguel of AS, if the team from Catalonia fail to offload players before June 30, it would be practically impossible for them to make an offer to Inter Milan for the player. At the moment, the midfielder has a contract proposal worth 20 million euros per season from Al Nassr, but he has turned them down for now. This is mostly because he understands Barcelona are interested as well, but it is going to take some time for the La Liga champions to come up with an offer. Now, Al Nassr's patient is said to be wearing thin. They are of the idea that the offer made to the Croatian was lucrative enough, and despite having a verbal agreement with his club, the player has not given his approval. In turn, the team from Saudi is going to opt for Seko Fofana, for whom they are willing to pay 25 million euros. At Barcelona, they consider this operation very complicated as in order to execute it, they need to sanction heavy sales before June 30. And right now, there is nothing concrete. Deco is working closely with the player's agent to study the economic demands of this operation, while Matteo Alemani is looking at the impact of a possible deal on the financial fair play situation. But Barcelona's problem is that the time is getting against them. While Xavi is very firm about wanting Marcelo Brozovic, with no exit materializing, there is little to no room for the club to send an acceptable enough offer to Inter Milan. Of course, the race for Marcelo Brozovic continues to make the most headlines these past few days for Barcelona. And of course, now talking about this report claiming that if Barca don't make a formal offer, or if Barca don't sell any of their out of favor stars before June 30, that is, June 30 should be on Friday, then we can kiss farewell to this pursuit of Marcelo Brozovic. And definitely, there have been a lot of optimistic reports in this pursuit recently, that Barca are still hoping, they still think they can sign Brozovic, all because the player has not said any single statement, no matter that Al Nassr have been agreeing terms with Inter Milan and everything has been done in that sense, but the player is the one to give the final say, because if he doesn't want to go there, even Inter Milan can never do anything about it. At the end of the day, the player has the yam and the knife. So as it stands, Barca are more optimistic because Xavi have been calling the player and have been convincing him to join the club, and that is why Marcelo Brozovic is still yet to make a final decision, despite the huge offers that Al Nassr has made. So this report is claiming that Barca needs sales. They need to sell. If not, it will really hamper the transfer market. It will disturb our business. And we're talking about these players who are refusing, that they don't want to leave. Like, how should they want, like, how would Barca do now? June 30 is just 2 days to go. We are already on the 28th of this month of June. And we're talking about Friday. I don't see any possibility of a player leaving this club or before Friday. I don't see that. I don't see it. Today we've been talking about Ansu Fati, Ferran Torres saying that they don't want to leave. It's only apart from Frankisi, who, as reports are saying that he's open to leaving the club if Xavi wants him to leave, as there's also a huge contract offer for him waiting in Saudi Arabia, which can be tempting, and Barca are hoping that it works out. But talking about other stars, Lenglet's own as well, Lenglet was saying that Fabrizio was talking about the fact that the deal is not even progressing with Tottenham. So Barca are not even optimistic also for Lenglet's sale. So for Brozovic, as Xavi has seen him as his preferred choice to replace Busquets, it looks now very complicated, and it's going to be a big blow that Barca will keep losing and losing their targets, especially for that DM role. After losing Mendy, losing Joshua Kimmich, losing Sofian Amrabat, and now just imagine us still losing another player that Xavi wants. It seems one of the serious club. I don't think Barca should be losing up to 4 players just to replace Busquets, all because mostly of financial reasons. Then moving on to the final story of discussion, Barca have opened the doors for Nico Gonzalez to leave on loan this summer, and according to a report from Sport, Real Betis have already made a formal offer to secure the young midfielder's services. The 21-year-old La Masia product spent last season away on loan at Valencia, given that he would not have been having enough opportunities at Barcelona. His time at Mestalla was not the best as the Spaniard endured some injuries, but he still looked good in the games he played, especially towards the end of the season. Now returning to Barca, Nico once again does not have a spot in Xavi's plans, given the plethora of options in midfield, especially with the signing of Ilkay Gundogan. And with the manager not looking at the 21-year-old as an option for the pivot position, the Blaugrana have opened the door for him to leave the club on loan for another season. The same has already been conveyed to Nico's entourage, and as things stand, the club have already received a formal offer from Real Betis to sign the young midfielder on loan. It is claimed that the Verde Blancos would be willing to take on the young star's entire salary and have gotten in touch with his representative, Jorge Mendes, to try and work out a deal. Nico Gonzalez looks at the idea of joining Real Betis on loan favorably, as he would be getting a chance to play European football next season. The operation could progress in the coming days and be finalized in early July, with all parties seemingly on the same page. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.